this is gonna sound insane, but I want to know if anyone else has had a similar experience. So the past two times that I went to a rave, I've had like a premonition or like a revelation of sorts. The first time was at Beyond 2025 on day one when there was news that the US like had a missile strike in Iran or something. We were like mid rave and someone just like told me this fact, and like they said World War III was gonna start or something, but it turned out not to be true. However, in that moment, I had a realization where it's a strange feeling to describe, but basically the thought that the world was gonna end or that everything was gonna change very suddenly, like in terms of technological evolution. Because of that, I felt extremely motivated and inspired to, try to get rich just so I could protect my family and friends. And then time passed and I kept doing content and whatnot, but I just went to Boo 2025 and, regular rave weekend, having a good time. And then all of a sudden I just have like that same feeling again. This time less so about war, but more that, there was gonna be a technological revolution where everything was going to change much more suddenly and quickly than it ever has in the past. And that I felt like I needed to make it or get rich so that I could, take care of my family and friends if need be. So I just think I've realized my higher calling, because I feel like I've been very unmotivated by money lately, because in the past my entire motivation was just to get rich so that I could experience what it's like to be rich and have fun and do all that stuff. But at a certain point, after you reach like a certain quality of life, it's really hard to be motivated by money, especially when you feel like you're getting older and time is slipping through your fingers, and money just doesn't become as important. It's still important, obviously, but just a little bit less so. So yeah, I think I realized why I've been so unmotivated, and it's because I was lacking a higher purpose. And I'm not saying that this should be anyone else's higher purpose. It's kind of, I can't tell if this is like crazy talk, but just something that crossed my mind because it happened twice. And I was just curious if anyone else had had that same experience at a rave.